What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the ynggpodcast. So, this day one, July 1st of the free agency frenzy period has come with a lot of major signings in the early window. So, today we'll be breaking down most of these signings. Also, we'll kick things off with the Brett Pesce one. So, the most coveted defenseman is officially off the board. So, Brett Pesce, as reported here, as you could see on my screen by Chris Johnston, reporter, when Brett Pesce's free agent deal is finalized with the Devils, it's expected to come in at 6 years with an AAV of 5.5 million, in that range. This was reported at 10 a.m. There is an agreement in place, but we're still waiting for the New Jersey Devils to basically announce this deal. So Brett Pesce is on the move. Let me go to his hockey DB. He's a 29-year-old right shot defenseman who has spent his entire career with the Carolina Hurricanes after being drafted in the third round of the 2013 draft. If you look at his numbers here, offensively, he doesn't chip in. He's not a predominantly offensively minded defenseman. He does chip in some offense. Great defensive defenseman. Very, very efficient skater for a guy of his size at 6'3". Kind of a steady second pairing shutdown defenseman. This is what he's been throughout his career. What I'll note on Brett Pesce is that there is concern with a shoulder injury history with him, which is set to believe to have limited his availability in past years. He played 70 games this year in the regular season. In the playoffs, only appeared in 2. So Carolina is moving off from, Carolina has been a team with prolific defensemen for the better part of the past 5 to 7 years, especially with Coach Rob Brind'Amour, not afraid to bring in big free agent signings at defensemen or even trading for them. Go see Brent Burns, go see Dmitry Orlov, who they signed to a big contract last free agent summer. But Brett Pesce is the odd man out, and he decided, to hit unrestricted free agency. Carolina probably didn't have or going to offer the kind of value he's able to get now on the market, and especially the terms. So Brett Pesce signs for 6 years, like mentioned, 6 years, 5.5 AAV. And so he's officially off the board. And, I think, when you have one big defenseman off the board, there is kind of a domino effect. And I think a lot of the other defenseman moves could come shortly after. But what I wanted to show here was Jay Fresh's scorecard. We love to talk about it. So let's do it. So Brett Pesce signed 6 years, 5.5 by New Jersey. He's a top 4 D who shuts down passing lanes close to the net, helps his team advance the puck up the ice. Great puck moving defenseman, and defends the rush as aggressively as anyone in the league. Great PK player, and keeps the puck out of the slot despite a lack of physicality. So, very steady defenseman here. I'll make the scorecard bigger for you guys here, but you could kind of see there's a lot of positives on this. I'm not going to break down all of it, but you see very prolific on the PK. A lot of his WAR percentile rank as a second pairing defenseman has been relatively high for the past couple of years. Even strength offense, even strength defense, thriving in both categories. This is steady Brett. That's what I like to call him. Steady Brett is going to be stabilizing the decor in New Jersey, because New Jersey, let me go to Cap Friendly over here. They haven't updated yet because, yes, deal reported and pretty much signed and sealed, but we're waiting for New Jersey to give the official confirmation, like I mentioned. So Cap Friendly hasn't reported it yet against their cap, but we kind of know what to expect here. So you got Dougie Hamilton is their big offensive D-man on the right side, 31 years of age, has injury problems, but is expected to be ready for the start of the regular season next year. look, New Jersey's one of their biggest issues to address. A team that failed to make the playoffs this past year, a team that wanted to make the playoffs, didn't get the goaltending, but also had to acquire Jake Allen at the deadline. I covered the previous video. They've recently acquired Jacob Markstrom to stabilize the net, and which I think is a good move for them. But their blue line had some holes as well. Luke Hughes was a standout, young defenseman for them. Dougie Hamilton missed some time. John Marino was just traded to Utah recently, and so they gotta show some love for that decor. And Jonathan Kovacevic, we covered the video yesterday. You can see it here. Signed as we projected is going to be their third pairing right shot defenseman. That was a good move by them. And now you got Brett Pesce, who's going to be entering the mix, going to be maneuvering in their top four. But not only Brett Pesce, Brendan Dillon is. Let me just get the details here for you guys. But Brendan Dillon is officially a New Jersey Devil as well, signed as an unrestricted free agent. Yeah, okay. Brendan Dillon. Do we have the official figures on Brendan Dillon? But it's reported that Brendan Dillon is in fact signing 6'4" defenseman, Brendan Dillon is, he could be a number 4 on a contending blue lines. He could be, you'd love him as your number 5, very stabilizing defenseman, big, physical, very efficient, not the most offensive guy, but another very efficient defenseman. So he is coming from Winnipeg. We don't have the details here on Brendan Dillon yet, but GM Fitzgerald for the New Jersey Devils keeps bulking up his decor in hopes of New Jersey returning to the playoffs next season. So guys, we're making this one a short video because we have a lot of videos to crank out for the rest of the day here. So this has been Zach from the ynggpodcast. Stay tuned for more videos. Smash the like button on this video. Feel free to interact in the comments. Let us know what you think about the signings. This one in particular. Is there anything that we're missing? We'd like to hear your guys' feedback. Other than that, we're on to the next today. This is going to be a crazy day. A lot of big signings have already been made, and we're going to keep covering it throughout the day for you guys. So guys, this has been Zach. Peace.